Okay, so my name is Chelsea Caldwell, and this is my Wix website, and this is a waiting room for children. It's an ER or hospital waiting room, either way. It's just basically a place for children to go to while they wait for their parents or they wait for loved ones while others visit people. Right here you have home, which is the home page. Here you have about, which you have history and services. Programs goes into detail about the 5 different programs that will be offered. Staff is basically introducing our staff and the instructors that will be participating with the children. The scheduled tour is hopefully once the website and the facility gets going, we'll be able to upload a video on the tour and be able to show the facility. And emergency contact is basically forms that we need to fill out. So that's the reason why you have another row of forms. You can go to forms and you can go ahead and push the paperwork, fill them out before you come in, or you can fill out their fees. The first 2 hours are free, and then from there on, there will be an additional fee as far as what are we going to charge. So let's go through some of these tabs. The history would be based off what the company would be based off about. This company is made up. I made it up because I spend a lot of time in the hospital and I see a lot of children that have nowhere to go. I see parents that get kind of frustrated with kids because they're crying or because they just have nowhere for them to play or sitting in the hospital for a long time. It's kind of hard on children to go and what children to do. And in some cases, you don't always have the time or the place for children to go, or it's too late for you to make somewhere or make special arrangements. The services, again, is based on care that we would provide for the children. And the hours are from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is most business hours for visiting times for people that are in the hospital or staying in the hospital. So this is based on visitor hours. Programs, so you've got the different stages, the infants, the toddlers, the pre-Ks, the elementary, and the middle school. Infants, of course, would be the babies all the way up until at least 2 years old. Toddlers would be 2 to 4. Pre-K or preschool would be 5 to beginning of school, kind of, sort of. So it might have some 4-year-olds in there just based on what their knowledge is and what their skills are and how far advanced they really are. Elementary would be, of course, your first grade through your 5th grade. Say you've got somebody staying at the hospital and they need to come up on a weekend. We are open on weekends, so if your child does come up like on a Saturday or a Sunday, they need some help on homework, bring it on in. We can try to help them out with it. High school, middle school, it's going to be kind of hard because we're not going to see a whole lot in this area because most of the kids 15 on can probably stay home by themselves or with a friend or somebody, so we won't see a whole lot of people in this group, but we do offer it just in case you do have that one child that needs somewhere to go. There will be more activities in there for them to do, and they can still do homework and stuff. The facility really is going to have a whole lot of creativity as far as a full-size swimming pool during the summertime. It's also going to have like a little baby wade pool for the individual for the babies, and then also there's going to be a full-size gym, basketball court. You're going to have hockey, like table hockey games, like a little arcade room, different games for them to play. So it's going to be really really interesting. The staff on this page are all my friends. The titles under each of them are their true specialty, what they do. This right here is me. I'm not a manager or nothing right now, but I do work front staff in a hospital. But this is kind of just something that I want to do and kind of what I feel like doing. The scheduled tour basically is just our contact information right now. Eventually, I would like to update a video on here showing the tour of all the different facilities and the different programs and the different rooms and everything that goes on everywhere from the walk-in to check-in to picking up kids to check out to everything. Forms, which is really neat, is that if you know you're coming in from out of town or something, they can easily go on here and tap. For example, this is going to be the child enrollment form. You can double click on it. There it is. In fact, that's actually the emergency medical contact form, but you can still be able to go in and do some stuff like that, which is really neat, really neat. The fees, of course, like I said, the first 2 hours would be free for any child, any age. After that, it'd be $15 an hour. Just because it will be a non-profit organization. And so, really, how we're going to get our businesses is hopefully from school grants, state grants from the state. And that's the reason why I really want this program based off of out of UMC, because UMC is a community hospital, and they would get more funding than a private owned hospital such as Covenant Medical Group or Grace Clinic. So that's the reason why I would try to find one of these based off of a community owned hospital. I'm not really good about doing videos, but here's my video. I hope eventually this will come true, and this is a dream. That's the reason why I came to Wayland to get that done. And so here we go, and good luck, and thanks for everything. I appreciate y'all.